nicely. All right, thanks for reading that out. So, two things here. Yesterday, we talked about the inverse operation, right? If you multiply, then you do the inverse, which is divide. If you add, you do the inverse, which is subtract. Okay? So, today, we're adding one more step. It matters what order you do your inverse in, right? Okay, so if you notice on your packet there's a blank spot for you to fill in. So you should be filling in right here on your notes for this top sentence. All right, Armel's on the same page with me. I already wrote that down. Okay, so this part here, we do them in the reverse order of operations. Raise your hand if you've heard the term order of operations before. Donald raised his hand. Who's heard the term order of operations before? This should be 100% of people because everybody in here I know has learned order of operations at some point. Jasmine, Lavelle, Tyree, what about you? Have you heard of order of operations? Mm-hmm. Yep, okay, sit up, raise your hand. Okay, so order of operations, we're not going to go through that today, but what we are going to go through is the order that we solve these equations. So the first thing that we're going to do is undo addition and subtraction. So when I have an equation like this, I'm going to undo my addition first. And then the second thing is I undo my multiplication and division. So then I would do my multiplication and division. Okay, so as I'm writing this up here, you should be writing it down on your sheet so we can see that we're doing this all the right way. All right, so before I go on, I need to know that you guys are with me. So, what is the first thing that I'm going to undo? The first thing I'm going to undo when I have a two-step equation. Anthony, what's the first thing I'm going to undo when I have a two-step equation? Yeah, say it a little bit louder so everybody can hear.
Addition and subtraction.
Yes. So we're going to undo addition and subtraction. That's the first thing. Jose, what's going to be our second thing that we undo? First, we undo addition, subtraction.
Multiplication and division.
Yes. Then we're going to undo multiplication and division. Okay. So this seems a little bit conceptual right now, so we're going to actually do some problems to see how this makes sense. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go through these ones. Oops, still some lines up here. And then I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to practice on your own. Okay, so right now as I'm doing this, you guys are copying these down to see how I'm modeling these problems, to make sure that you're doing it the exact same way. So I need to see everybody's eyes up here. I need 100% participation. So DeMarcus, Tyree, Armel, Josh, heads up, look it up here. All right, showing me that I can see your eyes so that I know that you're watching me. Tyree, you got to get your head up. Okay. Okay, so if I'm looking at this problem here, and this is going to be number 2 in your packet, so just the bottom side of that first page. So first thing I'm going to do is undo addition and subtraction. So if I'm looking at this problem, 12 times c plus 15 is 63. First, I'm going to undo this part because that's plus 15, addition or subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides. And I'm still using my inverse operations on both sides like we learned yesterday. So first I do that, and then I'm going to cross those out, and this is what I'm left with. 12c equals 63 minus 15. That's going to be 48, I think. And then now my second step is to undo my multiplication and division. So now I'm left with divide, or multiply, so I'm going to divide by 12 on both sides. So then 48 divided by 12, I think, is 4. All right, so you guys, right now I'm seeing Donald writing it down in his notes, Quentin's writing it down, and Lavelle too. Everybody should be writing this down in their notes so that we can practice this ourselves in just a minute. All right, I'm going to move on to this next one over here as you're finishing up writing this one. So my first step here, same thing, addition or subtraction. So I'm going to go for my addition first. So I have 24 on this side, so I'm going to subtract 24 there, subtract 24 there. And now I'm going to see what I'm left with. So we have 24, 24. 350 minus 24 is going to be 326. Negative 12 times d. All right, so now I have multiplication left over. So I'm doing the same thing just like my one-step equation. Multiply by negative 12, so then I'm going to do divide by negative 12 to both sides. All right, and I cannot do that in my head. Somebody type that into their calculator for me. 326 divided by negative 12. Negative 12. Do you have that? What did you get from that? All right, so we have a not an even number. Negative 27. Negative 27.16. Okay, so either way, what I'm making sure of right now is the order I'm doing it in. Lavelle, you got a question?
Actually, negative.
What'd you get? So Lavelle, this answer is going to be a negative because we did a positive divided by a negative. So that leaves us with a negative. All right, so I'm going to do this next one, and I'm going to call some people out to help me out because we are looking like we're drowsy, and we need to be showing me that you're participating. Okay, so what am I going to do first in this problem, Donald?
The 27.
Yes. So this is our addition or subtraction. So then from here, what am I doing?
Same thing, subtraction, this.
Yes, and I'm doing that to both sides. So I add 27 to both sides there. I'm crossing that out. And then I'm left with x divided by 8 equals 103 plus 27, that should be 130. And now, DeMarcus, what's going to be my final move for this problem?
8 times
8 times what?
130.
Yes. So then we just have this division part that we have to get rid of. So we do the opposite, which is multiplication.